Good day, everybody. Not Benjamin here, and this is part two of the middleman. And today I wanted to basically address the not unaccepted. It's the point of not feeling like you're good enough when you know you came with the right shit. It's kind of like feeling like you don't matter because the person that you were trying to matter to didn't accept you, didn't appreciate it. So instead of looking back at yourself saying, "Oh, it just didn't work," you started shooting yourself or feeling like you're not good enough, and that feeling of not being good enough created a whole different level of resentment and jadedness. It's Now I would say, now I'm a neutral person, but I'm speaking on the perspective of the middleman right now. The middleman is the guys like me who, me personally, tell you a story. Like I didn't understand. I would offer myself as a good man, a good nigga, which I know how to cook. I know I don't clean. Now that ain't my thing. I can straighten up and I can neaten up, but I don't do all that shit. I'm a regular nigga. I'm a regular man. But I can cook, I can provide, and I can give you a sense of safety and warmth. But yet, when I was dating and getting to know women in that sense on a personal level, I was made to feel like I wasn't good enough because the one that they really wanted was the bad boy. The one they really wanted was the pretty boy. Had me believing for years that I wasn't good enough, that I wasn't pretty enough, I wasn't well, not pretty, but attractive enough. I knew I wasn't a bad boy like that. I ain't going around with a chip on my shoulder like I want to hurt somebody. That is not my demeanor. That's not my energy. But because I wasn't that guy, and I understand that that was a sense of incitement and danger, but I provided the Disneyland experience, meaning I was the Prince Charming. I was the guy that will create the experience that you were looking for, meaning if it wasn't the rose petals or it was there was one time where when I had my club, I created a whole scene like it was like Vanity did in Last Dragon, where she was she wanted to be on stage and she wanted to perform like a star. So since it was my club, I cut on the lights, I gave her the mic, I put on the projector and let her do her thing and created such a beautiful moment in fantasy and incitement that but because of that, that's what I enjoy doing. Like I enjoy serving the woman that I'm into. But yet, it wasn't received that way. Instead, it received in a form of, why didn't the guy that I really wanted to do that, which created a point of insecurity within me. And as a man who's like, well, I'm the one that's doing it and willing to do it, and I believe I qualify because this is what you want, because this is what you asked it. Now, understanding that because of her deep anger and resentment towards the deep rooted and neglect from the person that she really wanted, it breeded some space on him. So why do I talk about that? Because I talk about that to address the fact that there is a lot of psychological damage that happened, that has been created from these periods, from basically everybody that was born in the 90s and all the 80s and majority of the 90s that were born in that space, where that when they pulled all the men, majority of the strong men out, it wasn't many of us left that was solid. And since some of us was not willing to take that edge, go to that extreme to get the money, because we knew that we had something to offer, that for me, I found that there was alternative ways to get the same amount of money without risking my life. That's my logic behind it. But because you didn't have that hardened hardened energy that you was considered weak. Now, that, of course, this is predominant to my area of, in the Midwest, because I'm from the 313, from the 303. I live in the 313, where that, you got to be a little bit more harder than normal because that's normal to them. Now, mind you, I have left this state and lived other places where you find out once you ain't about that. Like your quality of life, there are people right now that ain't never did nothing that makes way more money and have a different quality of life, and their culture is like that. So this is how I started learning that the culture, the Midwest culture, is more toxic in that because of the coldness and all of the other things. So where am I getting at? I'm getting at to say that men, it is okay to be strong for your women, but understand, if she has a deep-rooted resentment, you need to leave. You cannot save her. You cannot do shit for her other than love her, and sometimes that means love her from a fucking distance, because whatever you do for her is not going to matter. I can tell you from real nigga strength. You actually going to be put into the trick bag, the something bag. Now, if you're in a position to provide support and help, because I was having a conversation with a young lady 2 days ago, and when we in our conversation we was talking about support, and some people confuse help from take over versus help as in complete or complement. Case in point, you ever been in a relationship or in a space where that you was there to help someone, meaning like you do your part and I do my part in a personal space, but instead you came in to do your part, and then you end up doing their part too, because they just really finessed you to do the work for them instead of working with you. You end up working for them, and that energy is the energy that breeds a resentment, because now you make motherfuckers feel like they was being used instead of being complimented, and that breeds that energy of anger and resentment and jadedness, because it's like, well, now you ain't gonna use me, or you're gonna abuse me, and then not understanding that is why a lot of the decent guys start treating or coming on to some of the girls, some of the women, as if they ain't shit, even if they are decent, because I found that there's a lot of decent women out here. There's a lot of decent, pretty girls, but because they have been spoiled in a lot of ways, when they get older, that spoiling ain't at the same level. And I try to warn y'all girls about this, that as y'all get older, y'all gotta preserve y'all beauty. A lot of y'all eat too much. Y'all eat too much fat and shit, and it fucks you up. Cause then you're gonna look tired, and us men, we get better over time, especially any middlemen who care about their appearance, their health, and their wealth. We're going to become more desirable as we get older. So y'all start talking about, well, I got my own money. Cool. It don't matter to us. Because we're decent men, but we're not dummies. We're not nice guys. We're decent men. And you can have all the money you want, all your money in the world. If we don't find value where that we can build with you, and or, well, actually, if we can't find value, if we can build with you and trust you, then it don't matter. And we are visual people. Period. We are visual. If you look like shit, we're not fucking with you like that. Now, some men are okay with you being the controller, the head of the household. I'm not one of them. I am a leader, and I'm going to lead by example. Now, does that mean I don't come to you for counsel as my queen, as a competent? Then fuck yes, I will. I'm supposed to. That is spiritual. That shows respect, and that's honorable. Now, here's the thing. Just because I listen to you doesn't mean that your influence, I'm supposed to do what you say. This is the thing of acceptance right here. You start coming on us men as if we your son because they don't do everything they supposed to do the way you want them to do it, and because that you start degrading them and disrespecting them as if they're your child, and you have got us men fucked up. Now I don't have that shit in my house. We nipped that in the bud, but I've seen, because I have some close friends who I've seen women really dog out, and they're really, really good dudes. They show up. They're the ones that will come and get you if you was stuck and stranded, and you take them for granted, and that shit's wrong. You make them, and you created an energy with it. Now you lose the value as a partner because you mismanage the people that actually do right for you. My daddy always told me one thing: stick by the ones that stick by you. And this is a double-edged sword. The ones that stick by you, stick by them. The ones that don't stick by you, fuck them. It's really simple. But if they show that they have competency and a level of respect where they'll show up for you, and this just goes for relationships in general. Now, of course, I'm talking about the perspective of the middleman who literally, wanted to be accepted by the women that he was. And mind you, they want to be accepted by the women that they're supposedly intimate, but because they're stagnant or they don't know that there's higher levels, that they don't grow. Now get me. I do think and operate on the highest level, meaning I think about things from a global point of view, from a top of the food chain, top earner space, and now I'm implementing things that's going to put me in that position as a man. Now, some men are just not like that. They are comfortable and okay with just making a stable living to take care of their needs and be a decent man to you. There's nothing wrong with that, man. If you want more than that and you're able to do it, cool. Now, if you want more than that and you want somebody else to be with you in that, if that's not their capacity, don't dismiss them because that's not their capacity. Some men, especially middlemen, may not even think that far about it. They just wanted to survive in the era that is beyond them. And I'm more talking about my late bloomers that are new to the internet right now. The guys that are not on the internet and selling products and services online, and so their money a little capped. Their money is capped. Let's be honest. If they're not investing or properties or shit like that are other real building situations, their money is capped. They are good men, and it's fucked up how y'all social media chicks come on with men in that space where they're now, if they're not walking around they're not walking around driving a Lamborghini or some wild shit, that they're not qualifying to be good to you or be a decent person with you. When y'all lose the value that relationships is a energy thing, it's not a physical material thing. His wealth has nothing to do with how he's going to treat you, because I'm going to be 100 with you. I've experienced it a million times. A lot of men that perceive themselves with a lot of money ain't gonna treat you as good as a motherfucker who got enough, and that's the key word, enough to be a good man to you. But he ain't gonna be able to do all that. So the point I'm getting at, to reiterate, is that creating an energy of unacceptance or they're not good enough is a two-way story. The middleman has been catching y'all shit, and we sick of it. We ain't taking it no more. Look, if we ain't good enough for you, then cool. We know we don't need you in that sense, especially if we already have kids. We can always go. This is the reason why older men date young girls, not because they don't want them, not because you don't qualify. It's literally because you have brought so much shit on it and made them feel like they don't matter anymore. With it, well, fuck it. We just go and get something young that give us a little bit of respect. And you might say that's weak, right? I'm just telling you the psychology. That's not what I do. I'm just saying the psychology. You might think that's weak, but that's a reflection on you. You attract exactly what the fuck you are. If you a mean spirited, angry person, guess what? You're gonna be alone with some dogs and some animals and some cats. Dogs and cats. You're going to be alone with that. That's it. How do I know this? Because I see it all the time. It's prevalent right now because you're angry and you ain't learned how to heal. You ain't learned how to pray. You ain't learned how to let it go and let the man that wants to be in your life be in your freaking life. If you're not attracted to him, just tell him that you're not attracted to him. Now, if the man want to come at you because he want to get on your sideburns, if you're attracted to him, then then do what y'all gonna do and make it make sense. If you're trying to get an exclusive man, then you gotta present yourself in a level where that it provides, it creates it warrants exclusivity, meaning he has to feel like you can bring something to the table that is better than what he's already doing for himself. Like if you can balance him out, he's more inclined. Now I'm only talking about middleman, not alpha man or pretty boys. Them niggas don't count because them niggas don't do that shit. So get that understand. These are middlemen. Middlemen only stop when you provide a value or a actual value add that can complement him, whether he can decompress at the same level that you want to decompress. Okay, I want to give you this. I want to help you understand that. If he feels or he finds, because he is jaded at this point, he is sick of the shit. He don't want to be your dump truck or shit ball to all the angry shit that you went through from all the other motherfuckers. You ain't let the shit go. He's gonna let you go. I promise you. He'll fuck you. He will fuck you, but he ain't gonna stay with you. And then you're going to be mad because you're going to feel like he used you. He didn't. He knows that you got too many problems and too much baggage, and he don't want to be bothered. Period. But if you ain't got the problems, if you found to let it go, if you learn to let it go, and you really actually add value and have value, he's going to see and he's going to take value, and then he will consummate with you, meaning he will marry you if that's what you're looking for. Or he will validate you by giving you the accolades that you the main. But if you ain't giving that type of value and you're really just angry or you give roundaway vibes, guess what? He gonna treat you just like that. Even more so because he can't go nowhere with you, and he's gonna find. And I'm telling you how middlemen think, and why they're the way they are now, because we're in demand even more now, and we're in demand from other cultures. I want you to understand that the middlemen are in demand with other cultures. Now, me, I'm always permanently going to stay with my sisters, my black queens, my goddesses. However, I've talked to many black men who have now since married white men, white women, Asian women, every other woman but us. And they said they're not stressed out. It's just peaceful. Now, these are just decent guys who go to work every day, who build and do the same thing, and she do the same thing that you could be doing in that position. But guess what she don't do? She don't come home with all that anger and resentment from all that other shit. The guys just want to decompress and take some of the burden off you, and he understands that he want to help you do the same thing. But that has to be a mutual thing and not an angry thing. Okay? And with that being said, hey, look, I hope y'all find value in this. You know, make sure y'all check out Belief is Everything. Right now, I'm currently offering an opportunity to get your health in order and make some money on the side. Work with me, getting your and for only for $35. $35 includes your product, and you'll be able to sign up and we work out together. If you are interested, text Healthy and Sexy to 248-773-4137 and we can get it popping. I will schedule a consultation and we'll get you rocking and rolling right away immediately for a transformation, a 30-day transformation. Not a 15-day challenge, a 30-day transformation. You're going to be with me for 30 days, but you got up to October 7th to do it for me to give you a solid 30 days for $35. If that makes sense to you, hit me up with Healthy and Sexy at 248-773. It's only good from now until October 7th. With that being said, stay healthy. Let's get wealthy. Episode number 3. This is going to be a 7-part series. I realize that. This is going to be a 7-part series. So, with that being said, stay healthy. Let's get wealthy. Down P out. Treat the man that want to serve you